Hi there, and welcome to this day in history for August 20th. Today's video for August 20th is a replay of a live episode I did for August 20th in 2021. We'll be back to a fresh new episode tomorrow. I thank you for your indulgence and your loyalty. Enjoy! Hi there, and welcome to this day in history for August 20th. August 20th is the 232nd day of the year in the Gregorian calendar, 233rd in leap years, with 133 days remaining to the end of the year. We have another shoe word for today's word, and that is revamp or revamp. Revamp can be a verb or a noun. As a verb, it's pronounced revamp, and for a noun, it's pronounced revamp. As a verb, revamp means to renovate, refurnish, revise, etc. As a noun, revamp means an instance of renovation, refurnishing, etc. This word comes to us from word parts re, which means again, and vamp, which is the upper part, the front upper part of a shoe. And these word parts, this word comes to us from Old French and Latin before that. Earliest documented use of the word revamp or revamp is 1803. Alrighty, moving forward, we're going to start with the birthday of the 23rd President of the United States, Benjamin Harrison, born August 20th, 1833. Interestingly, he was a grandson of the 9th President, William Henry Harrison, and great-grandson of Benjamin Harrison V, a founding father who signed the United States Declaration of Independence. Benjamin Harrison lived to the age of 67. This is the birthday of Howard Phillips Lovecraft, born August 20th, 1890. We know him as H.P. Lovecraft, author of science fiction, fantasy, and horror, a genre that during his life was called weird fiction. He was an only child, and when he was 3 years old, his father had a nervous breakdown and spent 5 years in a hospital before he died. So Lovecraft was raised by his mother, 2 aunts, and a grandfather, all in one household. Unfortunately, he was never able to support himself with writing and editing and was virtually unknown during his lifetime, but is vastly popular now. He lived to the age of 47. This is the birthday of novelist Jacqueline Suzanne, born August 20th, 1918. She was born and raised in Philadelphia and wanted to be an actress, so she moved to New York City when she graduated from high school. She didn't really get all that far with acting. She did some commercials, had bit parts in Broadway plays, worked as a model, things like that. Her first book of consequence, Every Night, Josephine, was about her beloved poodle, and it didn't get much attention. But her husband suggested maybe she could write about her experience with the underbelly of show business. And so in 1966, she published a book called Valley of the Dolls. You might have heard of it. It was made into a movie. This was about 3 ambitious young women who moved to New York to try to make it big and ended up destroying themselves. They were all addicted to drugs, including barbiturates. They called them dolls. Literary critics hated Valley of the Dolls, and pretty much everyone agreed that it was trash. They had some really creative insults for this book, and as if that weren't enough, they also made personal insults about Miss Suzanne's appearance. All that negative publicity only increased the book's sales. Somebody's over here telling them how terrible it is, and everybody else, I can't wait to see how terrible is it really. 350,000 copies in hardcover. Valley of the Dolls, 350,000 copies in hardcover and 8 million copies in paperback. Jacqueline Suzanne seems to have taken it pretty much in stride, saying, I don't think any novelist should be concerned with literature. Sadly, Jacqueline Suzanne died of cancer at the age of 56. On August 20th, 1920, the National Football League was organized as the American Professional Football Conference in Canton, Ohio. Also on August 20th of 1920, the first commercial radio station began operations in Detroit. Its call sign was 8MK then, but now it's WWJ. On August 20th, 1926, Japan's public broadcasting company NHK was established. Lou Gehrig had his 23rd career Grand Slam on August 20th, 1938, a record that stood for 75 years until it was broken by Alex Rodriguez, A-Rod as we like to call him. On August 20th, 1940, Winston Churchill delivered the fourth of his famous wartime speeches, containing the line, "Never in the field of human conflict was so much owed by so many to so few." The Battle of Britain was raging. He was referring to the small group of Royal Air Force who had successfully held off the much larger Luftwaffe, the German Air Force. The world's first nuclear-powered civilian ship, the NS Savannah, embarked on its maiden voyage on August 20th, 1962. And the Viking 1 probe to Mars was launched on August 20th, 1975. And that's all I have for you today. Hope you learned something you didn't know before. These are always so much fun to research and find out stuff that I could tell you about. Anyway, links to my sources will be included in the show notes below. Images, well, we won't have images on a live or music, but I did put links to where we usually get our music, although we don't have music in this episode. Okay. Thanks again so much for watching. Give it a like if you enjoyed it. Thank you so much. Consider subscribing if you haven't already. Feel free to share this video with a link in your messaging, email, or social media. Thanks again, and I'll see you next time. All righty, now we look for the thank you very much button. And thank you very much.